examples of corruption of language, within your own lifetime, by the way. Say I was a farmer, this is a farming culture now, say 60, 70 years ago, it's mostly agriculture. I get married to this beautiful lady here, and she becomes my wife. And I'm her husband. Anybody give me an idea what husband is? What that means?
So you shepherd things around, or manages or something?
Yeah, I'm a husband. I'm practicing husbandry, animal husbandry. So that's the language that they've given me to show them that this person has taken jurisdiction of the language that I've given them. She's my wife, and I'm her husband. I am actually practicing animal husbandry on her as one of my animals in my stockyard. If you ask the liberated women, they will tell you why they objected to the word husband, because that's what it means. They created that for you. So now we're out of the agricultural industry, agricultural time zone, and we're in, say corporate jurisdiction. You are now persons. And the way that I get that through to you is that, look, I don't think it's important to distinguish in the workplace whether she's female or either you're man. Yeah, so we should become sex neutral, gender neutral. And we'll call it a person. But what does a person really mean?
Employee.
An employee of a corporation.
A fictitious character.
So that's how they know you're completely sold on the idea. You're a person. Okay. Well, you're on the territory of Ford Works. And I'm the Ford manager. The policy in this factory floor is what I bloody say it is, because it's my factory. You speak like a person, I'll give you that jurisdiction. Yeah? So remember, they keep telling you the truth, the facts. So when they ushered in, I think when they organised a march a few years back, it was 30,000 police officers. Don't quote me on the numbers. 30,000 police officers took to the streets of London. And what did they protest? They said, we are not police persons, we are policemen and women, because we judge the situation, and with our judgment, we will act and we will move to take it further or not to take it further. So we will decide whether this person should have a ticket or not. It could be a genuine mistake. But if you say I am a police person, I'm there to force the laws of a factory floor, of a corporation. And what do they do now?
Policy enforcers.
They're policy enforcers. Yeah? Law enforcement. Law enforcement. Not men and women using their own vocation, their own thought processes to find out what the Mr. Cameraman is up to. What this lady is up to. Why does she want to give me her name? Well, she doesn't really have to. She doesn't want to make contact with me. Well, that's perfectly fine. Let's check her car out anyway. Looks roadworthy. Okay, missus, I think you're on your way to go. But now, since you live in a corporation land, this land belongs to a corporation, that's why you pay council tax. Yeah? That's your duty, the duties that they put on you, because you signed it away with the anti-terrorist legislation. You got a corporation to protect you as a man or a woman. They have the right to put a duty on you. And as every judge would point out to you, for every right, there is a duty. Pay your duty. You signed away your right. You live in the corporation of Britain, and the law enforcement officers are the enforcement officers of the corporation policy. If they decided you are illegal, you are illegal. Because that's the factory law policies. But if I'm a guest in that factory floor, walking through postal roads, using postal systems, you have to respect me for what I am. Yeah? So when they invite you to court, what you guys going to do now? Treat it as an invitation if you want, or keep it within the contract vessel, the document court. Yeah? If they're sitting up on top of them, and you stand up, you recognize them as the captain of the vessel, don't. Stay standing or stay seated. They force you to stand up. They'll try to, if they can't get you to stand up, I beg your pardon, they'll walk out, they'll run out the court. And they'll threaten you and try to get the security guards to get you to stand up. Or they'll walk out the court. You say to them, get back in here in court. Get back in here now. Don't you dare leave the court. This is my court now. And at that time, remove all the boxes. And you say that you do that by saying, I remove all planes from this room, and I remove all boxes from this room. And you are now my fiduciary. You are now honor-bound, duty-bound to perform your duties as a fiduciary.
What's the first thing you remove? All what from this
Levels
planes?
or boxes or both, and both.
Planes,
Planes.
Planes.
Yeah.
Level plane.
Yeah. So what you're doing is you're creating a level playing field. You're removing all the disabilities that they've created for you. That person now is reduced to a fiduciary, and you've got to do that before they leave the courtroom.
A puny judge.
I beg your pardon?
A puny judge.
A puny judge?
Puny judge. Section 9, 1981, Superior Courts Act. A puny judge is a judge when he's reduced in stature to no more than an umpire.
Isn't that the same status as a magistrate?
It is all.
I can't hear you.
He's a puny judge.
Is a
Not
puny judge.
Puny judge, as in puny. It's a puny in French. It means he reduces in stature to a mere umpire to serve you.
Okay.
Section 9, the Senior Courts Act 1981.
There you go, folks. Look it up. Don't take his word for it, and don't take my word for it. Look it up. Find out for yourself. With this video will come links. You go and find out for yourself.
Section 9, Superior.
Remember, you are responsible for the things that you do. Yeah, you have to speak like a man and woman. This is not a message for corporate persons. This is not a this is not a message for people that speak in a fictitious language or go around expressing opinions. It's for people that want to know what the facts are and move upon those facts, not act, because that's just an actor acting. Yeah, to move upon those facts, to navigate through those facts. That's a maritime expression. Yeah. Full stop. Learn to put the full stop in your sentence. Otherwise, it's a continuous process. It just goes round in your head all the time. You have to create closure in what you say.
Try and position like a thought, but slapping it at the point.
Yeah. Make what you say it, and put a full stop to it. If it's a question, make a question sound like a question. Yeah. If it's a statement, then qualify your own statement and make it sound like a statement. But what you can't do is what they do, which is to make accusations, in other words, make statements that sound like questions, and then put you in the impossible situation of getting you to defend yourself. Look at him, bloody northerner, wears glasses, sucks on his pen,
Tube.
sucks on a piece of long tube that's got a death warning on it. Is he going to get any respect from me? I went to the lengths to put on the box. It's going to kill you. They're called death sticks. I'm quoting Star Wars, of course. Death sticks. He smokes them. I've done everything I can to give this man as much power and dignity as possible. He's ignored me. Yeah? But if he starts speaking to me as a man that's in control of his own thoughts, he'll take jurisdiction over me. Have you noticed when you're in court, when they say something to you, people quite often sit back? That happens when you're taking punches. Judges are trained to see that. Yeah? I lean forward to the question. I lend myself to the question. That's because I know a little bit of boxing.
Yeah.
You move into your punches. You don't move away. Yeah. So when you start doing things like that, when you really move into them, then they get frightened.
They don't like reverse psychology on them. I always sit like this. If I'm in court, I sit back, and if I look at them, I have my glasses to them, and I hate that. I hate it. Dip your glasses and look at them, as if to say you press.
Yeah.
That's the way they look at you, isn't it, really? Over the glasses.
Just give me a ring, talk to me, and if I think I'm okay with you guys, I'll let you know. Okay? Let me take some random questions now.
When you receive a document, or when a solicitor or anybody else or any authority as such writes a document, they tend to leave out the punctuation. Is that for purposes of ambiguity and so they can't be pinned down?
Yeah, that's right. A dangling participle verb is what you call it. So they can't be pinned down. They will also mix numbers. They will also mix serial numbers, case numbers. So there is no what do you call it? No, let me finish my own train of thought. With any order of custody is the word, custody, because if I give him a piece of paper to take it to you, then take it to you, it has to have that custody. So he puts his autograph on that piece of paper, she puts her autograph on a piece of paper, you put her autograph, and it comes back to him saying, wow, that's the chain of custody. To break that link, they won't give you the same serial number because then there is a trail of evidence.
So the mixed serial number.
That's right, yeah. And they write different letters. Like if you make an accusation at a solicitor or a court, they write back to you saying, we've taken your complaint into consideration. It wasn't a complaint.
Very often.
I did not make a complaint. I said, you took from me. Return it. You write back to me and say, I will look at your complaint. What they're doing is they're reducing their plea bargaining with you. They're reducing it to the point where it's just exited as nothing. It's just a misunderstanding. So imagine, actually let's make him the chief of Birmingham. I'm the conqueror. He's not actually a chief, he's actually a king. But as soon as I go into his country, I reduce him down to a chief. And then I reduce him down to the chief of that little small village. Yeah? And then I make him the tax collector, and he's as happy can be. That's how they work. Yeah? They reduce, and then give you a little bit of reward. Any questions?
In terms of the treaty itself, that was the ultimate law, I found it very difficult to find that on the internet.
Yeah. Google will give you everything that you want to know if you have the patience to find it. You have to scroll through. But luckily I have it on the computer, as a good Blue Peter show would be. Anybody know about Flags Operation as we're talking about Blue Peter? Do you know what Blue Peter is?
Just the Charles program, as I understand.
They're Flags Operation. They are flag equities that determine how you're going to maneuver across all of this. All of these documents carry flags with them, by the way. When you put your flags in, you've got other jurisdiction. Miller has his own flag, the flag of being correct. That's the US flag, which he rescued because the corporation of the world, the United States World Corporation, threw it out. They threw the flag out. He rescued it and made it his own flag. And he called it the correct sentence, structure, parse, syntax, grammar flag, which is recognized. Yeah? So, what's this flag's got to do with anything? At the moment, I'm running on open flags. They're called open flags of jurisdiction. Open flags. So this is going out on the internet, it's going on social media, it's open flags. There's no conspiracy. I'm not hiding anything. Yeah? I'm opening flags. Let me just give you an idea now. That's Lord Drake sitting over there, whichever century he lived in. We're a group of vessels floating in a sea of space, going from one point to the other. I've got gold, he's got African timber, you've got tea, he's got fags. We're going along. It's in the middle of the day. Lord Drake turns up, yeah, and he raises his flag. It's skull and bone. It's announced to all of us in the broad daylight. Now look how stupid this man really is. In broad daylight, he raises his skull and bone. So you can see it, I can see it, everybody can see it. Prepare for a battle. All of us can kill him. Why did he raise his flag? Why did he just wait for nightfall? It's no full moon. There's no moon at all. It's just a small crescent. Why didn't he do that? Just take me one by one. He has a much faster boat than I have. He can just take us all in one night. But he raises his skull and bone where everybody can see. He's following maritime law.
Announcing.
He's announced legally that he is in international waters, a pirate, and he's given me 4-minute warning, albeit like half a day's warning, because that's how long it's going to take him to board us. When the IRA used to do their thing, they used to do what? Pick up the phone, making it legal.
10 minutes.
When they send a bomb, they give you warning. A declaration of war. What idiot would declare that I'm coming? The whole point of being stealth is that you are stealth. That's the art of
warning.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's being honourable.
Yeah. So I can't prosecute him. I can't come after him. I can't come after him. He's done everything correctly. Yeah. And then he takes all of his wares to Elizabeth I, who gives him sanctuary, because she's the
Queen.
No, she is the, what's the word for it? The fence. The fence. She is the fence for the gold, the silver, the bullions that were coming out of the Aztecs and the Mayans from the Spanish ships, because he used to attack that. And he used to prop up her empire. And you as a Spanish ambassador would come before the Queen and make a complaint. Well, everything is done legal, go away. There's no case to answer. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're playing the most dirtiest tricks on you, in front of you, without actually telling you. When your conscious mind is aware of this, you can now access your subconscious, because it knows it's being lied to. It won't stand down anymore. There's no way that I can bully this little lady. She'll hit me back real hard. No way, now that she knows that. There's no way that I can make false claims against him, now that he knows federal law, how to prepare documents, how to bind documents, how to notarize it, how to keep the claim within the courtroom of the document, how to reduce a judge and opinionator to a fiduciary. What was the word again, by the way?
Peony.
Puny. How would you spell that?
Yeah, I knew you was going to ask that.
Or anybody, any takers here? Phonetically even, just to help our viewers out.
P-U-N-Y is English, but peony is P-E-U-N-E-A, something like punia. It's a funny spelling.
It's a French word, I think.